We're all caught in this invisible game, aren't we? This constant, quiet pressure to get everyone's approval. It's a game where the rules are always changing, and honestly, the finish line just keeps moving further away. So, why do we even play? And what really happens if we just decide to stop? So, let's just start with a really direct question, right to you. Who are you really trying to please? Is it a parent, a partner, maybe your boss? Or maybe it's just that vague, nagging feeling of what will people think? This question, it's at the very heart of everything we're going to talk about. And here it is. This is the fundamental trap. As the source for this explainer puts it so perfectly, if you make one person happy, another is ready to be displeased. Think about that. It's like a universal law of being human. The second you meet one person's expectation, you've probably just failed to meet someone else's. It's a totally unwinnable game of tug of war. So where does this all start? Well, like a lot of things, it usually begins when we're kids. It's when we first learn that love and approval can feel, well, conditional, that they're tied to these conflicting expectations from the people we trust the most. Here's a perfect example from our source material. Picture this. As a child, her mother wanted her to wear traditional salwar for a festival. Totally understandable. But her father, he wanted her to stand out, to be different, so he pushed for her to wear jeans. Two totally different visions from the two people she loved most.
And what happened next was, well, it was a huge moment. She wore the jeans, and her father praised her for it. And right there, a powerful lesson clicked into place. Making other people happy is how you feel good about yourself. Your validation, your worth, it comes from the outside.
And that simple lesson from childhood, it doesn't just go away. As we get older, it just gets bigger. The circle of people we feel we need to please just keeps widening, and the weight of all their expectations gets heavier and heavier. So all of a sudden, you're not just trying to be a good daughter anymore. Now you're also trying to be a good wife, and a good daughter-in-law, and a good mother. Each new role just stacks another layer of expectations on top, another identity you feel you have to perform perfectly. And the end result of all this performing? It's pretty profound. As our narrator discovered, you get so completely consumed with playing all these parts for everyone else that there's just no time, no energy, no mental space left for the one person who's been there the whole time, you. But here's the kicker, the real motivation hiding underneath. The goal wasn't just to be a good wife or daughter-in-law. Nope. The real prize was hearing it from someone else. It was all about getting that praise from the outside. Hearing someone tell your husband, wow, your wife is wonderful, and feeling that little temporary hit of achievement. Living this way is just exhausting. But sometimes all it takes is seeing one person, just one, who's living by a totally different set of rules to make you question everything. For our narrator, this moment came from a pretty unexpected place. She started watching a woman in her neighborhood. Now, this woman was a widow, which in a lot of societies comes with this heavy, unspoken set of rules about how you're supposed to act. But this woman, she was just different. What was so completely captivating was her self-assurance. I mean, she was always impeccably dressed, always wore a watch, just a hint of perfume. She knew people were gossiping, but she just ignored it. If anyone judged her, she'd just respond with a smile. She was living completely and totally unapologetically for herself. Seeing this woman's quiet confidence, well, it sparked a revolution in our narrator's mind. It led to this profound shift in her whole perspective, a realization that reframed everything she thought she knew about happiness and her own self-worth. And this is the core of it right here. Chasing other people's approval, it seems like the easy path, right? But it's just an endless cycle, and it's built on this super fragile validation that can disappear in a second. The truly hard work is learning to please yourself. But the reward? It's sustainable. It's a real, unshakable inner strength. And this is such a paradox, isn't it? We think pleasing others is the tough part, but really, the much harder, much more challenging work is figuring out what we truly want and what actually makes us happy. And it's so important to see that this wasn't some sudden youthful discovery. This realization came at the end of a very, very long road. After years of marriage, of motherhood, even after building a whole successful career as a YouTuber. It took a lifetime of living for others to finally reveal how crucial it is to live for yourself. So, this brings us to the big takeaway from this whole journey. If the goal isn't just pleasing everyone else, then what is it? Well, it's about finally understanding where genuine, real, lasting happiness actually comes from. And here's the secret. True happiness isn't selfish at all. It's generative. It's not something you hoard for yourself. It's something that starts inside you and then just naturally flows outward to all the people you care about. And that brings us to maybe the most powerful insight of all. Making yourself happy isn't selfish. It's the source code for genuine generosity. As our source material wraps it up, if you are happy from within, that energy automatically overflows and gives you the power to easily make others happy. It stops being a chore. It stops being a plea for validation. It just becomes an effortless, authentic, and joyful act. So, we'll leave you with this thought. Instead of asking who you can please today, ask yourself a different question. What is one small thing, not for your boss, not for your partner, not for your family, but just for you? What is one thing you can do for yourself today? The answer might just be the first step on a whole new path.